Hi YouTube! I'm here today, along with Prince John, the phony king of England, to take you through, as promised, my on-the-go Midori journaling supplies. So we've already kind of looked at the stuff that I've got in here, and really it's just the stickers in this. Oh, Prince John, you're gonna have to move aside. Okay. It's the stickers that I have in here. So we've seen these already. But I've got little raindrops. These are circles. These are stars. Speech bubbles, which are a favorite of mine. Hearts. And those all came, I think I got those through Crunchyroll, the Crunchyroll store, because I watch a lot of anime and I'm a premium member and I sometimes buy things from their store. Oh, and then these are little banner. Come on, focus. No, you're not going to? Okay, these are little banner flags, which are cute. In addition to that, I just have some circle stickers, and these are, they're not going to focus because they're see-through. That always happens. These are bars. Let's see if I can get something white to, here we go. It's not white, but it'll do. These are bars, but each bar is made up of little boxes, so you can pull them out at the length that you want. So they're good for, like, if you're on vacation for a whole week and you want to mark it with a sticker, those are good for that because they're longer. And I have some other stuff coming from, I want to say they're Korean made, but it's coming from China, so I'll have some more stickers to show you soon that are super cute. This, I am not sure how it got in there. This is a relic from, oh, this was Matt's, that's why. This is from Anime Boston from last week, and it's a Weiss and Schwartz card. And they were giving them out at the premiere of the English dub of episodes 4 and 5 of Sword Art Online 2. So that's Asuna and Kirito. A favorite anime couple of mine. And again, we've seen these stickers, and I still have yet to remember where they came from or who made them, but I've seen other people with similar stuff, so I'm sure they're easy to identify and easy to get a hold of. So that's what's on that side, and then I've got my Ojisan, and again, he won't want to focus, so let's see if we can make him. Oh, these are birds. Okay. So this is Ojisan, my favorite guy. My favorite little old guy and his 2 dogs, and that glare is really bothersome. So he's driving a car, sending mail, making things blow up, raising a glass, seeding his lawn, golfing, archery, drinks, and hanging out on the beach, and all kinds of cute stuff. So I really like putting him in my calendar because you kind of get the year-round stuff in this particular set. So I've got all my months decorated. Each of my months for the rest of the year is decorated with a little Ojisan theme, which is nice. And then on this side, again, we've got more Ojisan stuff, and this is the same. You'll see some of the same stuff. So lying down, cherry blossoms for springtime with the bike. This little guy, I forget what these are called. Let's see if this thing will focus. But you make them out of cloth and hang them in the window to make the rain go away. Festival fireworks for summer, running around at the beach, raising a glass of beer, and then it's starting to get colder. There are, you know, for parties and yoga, little games and running and golfing and, you know, driving in the car and then skiing, and there's washing the floors and sending mail, so it's super cute. And then again with the beer and pancakes and wine and sashimi and coffee and cheese, which I think is super cute. And hold on one second while I adjust my legs. I have such a stupid rig right now. I have 3 boxes of Project Life cards on my lap, and the camera on the tripod is on top of them because I'm saving up for a boom setup so I don't have to, like, keep my camera on shaky legs. So I apologize if I'm shaky. And this is Kutsita Nyanko. I've showed this to you before. I've been using the stickers quite a bit since you last saw them, especially the sea bream one here. I've used a couple of him in my journaling, this little orange fish, because I bought a taiyaki mold, and taiyaki, for those of you who don't know, is a Japanese street food And it's basically like a pancake batter, and it goes into a mold which is shaped like a fish, and then you can fill it with whatever filling. Traditionally it's sweet red bean paste, but you can do Nutella or bananas or whatever. I personally like the traditional way, and almost a year ago actually, I bought a taiyaki mold on Amazon, and then I was just too terrified to make them because I have an electric range, and I've always, you know, seen whenever anybody does a tutorial for making them, it's always on a gas range, so I was afraid to try it. But I tried it last night, and it's delicious and really, really easy to do. So I wrote about wanting to make them, and then making them, and then how much I love them. So before you know it, my sea bream stickers are out. So these are the washi tape stickers, and I'm going to do it this way so the hearts aren't upside down. Just in a couple of patterns and colors that I really, really am enjoying this season as it starts to get lighter out, and I just moved my camera. I haven't used any of them yet. I keep forgetting they're back there. I've got to find a better way because they're too big to put in this slot here. I've got to find a better way to situate those so I actually see them and use them more often. But I also got a double-decker washi tape carousel, which I'll show you in the video when I when I haul through my entire supplies and not just my on-the-go. So those are my on-the-go supplies, and then the other thing that I have here, which you've seen before, is just the washi tape sample thing, which is on an old VIB Rouge card. I used to be VIB Rouge, and then last year I didn't spend over $1,000 at Sephora, so I'm not VIB Rouge anymore, which probably isn't a bad thing. And if you can hear my dog in the background. And then of course there's these monster stickers. So that's the last, that's kind of my on-the-go within the Midori itself. But in addition to that, I also carry this guy. And this is a makeup case, that's its intent, and I bought it, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago when I first started getting into the higher end makeup, and I wanted to have a cool little place that it was all put together, and then I just stopped using the case because my makeup collection grew exponentially very quickly, and this one didn't cut it anymore. So, oh, there's the neighbor's wind chime, isn't that pretty? So let's take a look. This I keep in my bag with me, and I carry a Japanese style school bag, so things have to be very compact to fit in the small rectangle of space that I have. It's bigger than most purses, but because I like to carry, you know, books and notebooks and the novel that I'm editing and all, like, I have a lot of stuff to carry with me, so I like to keep it as compact as possible. So this in here, it's got a zipper pocket in the front, and this is made by Contents, by somebody that I can't read because it's in a horrible silver thread. But in the front pocket I keep a couple of things. I keep my Winsor Newton on-the-go watercolor palette, and I took out one of the colors that I didn't like. These always lift, and I replaced it with a gray because I find gray a lot more useful. I do a lot of gray shading and things like that. So this is just a super quick on the go, and for those of you who don't have this and have never seen it, it also comes with a cool little brush that's sort of collapsible. Not really telescoping, but it does get smaller so you can keep it in, come on, in here. So I keep that in there. The other thing I keep in there is my smaller stencils, and these are, I got them I think from Jet Pens, but they're available elsewhere, but I do a lot of my shopping at Jet Pens. So this one's got alphabet, uppercase and lowercase, some exclamations, and then like cute little, a sun, an umbrella, a heart, an ice cream cone, a little bunny, which I use a lot. Whereas this one has more, I guess, utilitarian shapes. There's circles and squares in various sizes, and the 4 suits of the of a card deck and things like that. So the top is the same on both of them. The bottoms are slightly different. So I guess I could take one of them apart and not carry it, but I like how they fold, so leave me alone. This compartment holds my pens and pencils, and I have kind of an addiction. Writing instruments were my very first addiction, and they have always been my very strongest. So I have a lot of Copics. in here. I have a lot. I have a Le Pen drawing. I've got a lot of Zig. This pencil is a Muji pencil, which is technically a drafting pencil. I got it while we were in Japan, and it's just so great. And I tend to like a softer lead. I use a B, and that's probably never gonna zoom. Okay, it's not going to, and I'm not going to force you to look at a blurry screen, but I like to use a B lead, which is a little bit softer than most people do. Multi-pen, this is a high-tech C Coletto multi-pen, but it's got a kitty face on one side, and then a little kitty butt on the other side, because Japan, butts aren't as big a deal over there, apparently. And then this is the other highlight of the collection. I used this in tandem with the watercolor set. This is a, is it a Kuretake? Yes, it's a Kuretake water brush pen. So there's actually water in the body of the pen, whoops, that you can squeeze out. And that's so not focusing, as much or as little as you need just to get the brush wet, and then it'll work with your paints. And then when you're done, you just rinse it off, cap it, the water stays in there. It's really cool. And that, I think, is it. I use the Copic multi-liners a lot. I don't use, I mean, I have a basic set of Copic markers that I built, and I'll show you that when we go through my full supplies. I don't tend to use them very much in the Midori because the alcohol-based ink just wreaks havoc on the pages. The paper can stand up to a lot, but the alcohol-based Copic ink is not something that I have found it handles particularly well. I mean, it's fine, but it just seeps through the back, and then you kind of lose the back of a page, so I tend not to use that. But the black, the thin liners are not as much of a problem. And a lot of times I'll use them, like if I stamp something and it doesn't stamp completely, if it doesn't come out properly, I will use those markers to sort of draw over where the stamp should have been. This is a mesh compartment, and in here, and I assume I'll build this up eventually a little bit more, I've got a couple of journaling cards. I have got a little pair of scissors. These are the kind that are, they're Fiskars, and they're supposed to be non-stick, and I figured since I'm working with a lot of washi tape and things, those might come in handy. A lot of people carry and use glue sticks, and I have found for myself that this crafter's tape is much better for me. It's, especially for on the go, because it's clean, it doesn't take any time to dry, it just sticks the living heck. Are you gonna focus? Yes, you are. Sticks the living heck out of everything. And it's much easier, I find, to carry and to use on the go. And then these are just a couple of washi tape samples, and I think they're actually on a straw, a bubble tea straw. They came when I bought something on Etsy. They came as like a little gift in the packaging, and I especially love the little anchor one, but it's got anchor, honeycomb, come on, anchor, honeycomb, and Russian dolls. So I just thought that was super cute. And then this is also another buy from Jet Pens. This is a post-it pad, and this is another, I mean, Japan is known for their paper. This is a very thick paper, but it sticks really well. It's got a big sticky area, and I just thought that the, you know, the lines and the birds and the plane was a really cool pattern. It comes in a bunch. It comes in pencils, and there's a cat behind a curtain, and there's like a striped shirt, and there are a bunch of, if you go on Jet Pens, you can take a look at all the patterns, but this one was my favorite. And then, so I'm going to put this stuff back in here, because now we're going to flip to the back. And I'm one of those people who I will buy things that I love, and then I won't use them because I feel like I want to save them up for a special occasion, and that was something I started to do. I was finding myself doing that with this paper, and I was like, you know what? If you don't use it, it's never gonna get used, and it's just gonna sit there, and you're gonna die, and it'll still be just sitting there. I mean, not that I expect to die tomorrow, but like that's the extent of my, oh my god, I don't want to use it. Like, I seriously have a problem. So I'm trying to get myself to use the things that I love so that they are an active part of my life rather than just something I sit down and look at. So that's why I keep these with me instead of on my desk, safe and sound, never to be touched. On the back, and this is still in that pocket, it's when nothing goes right, go left, which I think is great, not only because I like to think a little bit outside the box, but also because I'm left-handed. So think that's cute too. This is a folder that my friend brought back from Japan for me. It's Kuchitsunyanko again. And I've never seen this in the States, but they do like compartmentalized folders that are bound on two sides, and then it's like tabs built in. So I keep some of my sticker stuff here. There's nothing in there because I'm saving that for the stickers that are coming from China. There are more stickers from that set that I showed you earlier in here. So I have, if I'm taking just my Midori somewhere, I've got the bare bones, but this is sort of the rest of the set. So I've used a little bit of it so far. Again, I'm not much of a scrapbooky journaler. Like, I like to do some elements, but I'm not doing as much as somebody like My Life Mitts would do, or like the Reset Girl would do, and I admire both of them. They're both awesome, awesome women, and I love their videos, but I'm not doing as much of that, what they do, as they are, so I don't tend to use this stuff as much as they probably would, but it'll all get used eventually. And then when we were at the anime convention last weekend, I bought 3 notepads, and these are all Sanex characters. This is Tare Panda. So there's there's like 5 different images within each pad. And then these guys, I can't remember what they're called, but they're like the little things that get left behind in the corners. I know that this is a polar bear from the far corner of the world. This is tonkatsu, like pork tonkatsu or whatever is like the breaded, fried thing, and then I guess this is like the little bit that always gets left on the end of the plate, and you can see him there on the end of the plate. This is, I think, a penguin, but he's green like a kappa. I don't really know his story. And then this is the cat who sits in the corner and scratches things. This is a weed who always gets tossed into the corner, and these are, if you've ever had, again, bubble tea, these are supposed to be the boba pearls that get left behind in the cup. So these are all little creatures from the corners of things. And then actually I found, and I didn't see this one earlier, but I guess they found a new dinosaur, like a little left from in the corner of evolution or something. I don't really know because I can't read the Japanese, but I just thought that the dinosaur in the corner was really cute. So in each one of those notebooks was a sticker sheet. So I've got some new stickers. Tare Panda again is like the cutest. So stickers of that character, and then stickers of these guys. So that is also in my expanded on the go kit. And then in the very back I just have my collection of pens. So I'm a big, big fan of very fine point pens. So I've got a gold one, which is a 0.5. I've got a Rilakkuma ballpoint pen, which I like to use a lot. And that's another one of those things that I keep it with me, so I'll use it, because otherwise, I don't know, I mean, and it's a perfect example. I find a pen and I'm like, oh, I love how this writes. I better not write with it very much. I better save it, which is just a bunch of baloney. And then this is a set of Uniball Signo DX pens, and I've got them in rainbow order because I'm like that. And they are 0.38. They're a very, very fine point. So they're not needlepoint. I do not like writing with needlepoint pens. I don't know what it is, but they are a conical point. And I use those guys a lot for embellishment. A lot of times I'll use them in the stencils. So, and I like to write in different colors because one color all the time is just really boring. So that is my on-the-go, sort of my on-the-go expansion. And yeah, so that's it. That is what I wanted to show you today. And we can put Prince John, the phony King of England, back here. Next weekend I'll take you through sort of my full setup and all of my washi tapes and paints and all kinds of stuff. The other thing that I'll show you actually is that I did my first notebook decoration a la the Reset Girls. So I've got 2 different papers and a washi back. And I'm really, really excited about this. I think I'm actually going to use it for the May Lister's Got a List challenge, whatever that ends up being. I don't know what it is yet. I'm not doing it in April because I don't have the room in my notebook. And actually, honest to God, remember how I showed you last time that picture of my eventual Foxy Dory? Yeah, I kind of ordered it the next day. So it should be here in a couple of weeks, and at that point I can expand, but it should be before May so I can have all the notebooks I want. And I'll show you that when it gets here. that's it for today. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye!